Test 1 2 1 2 testing 1 2. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Coventry United TV with the man for the Midlands, Liam Cook. Today's match live on YouTube. We've got Coventry of the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division fixture between Worcester City and Coventry United. We are here at one of our most travelled grounds, the Victoria ground, for today's match. Let's get you straight into your team news now here on CUTV, kicking off with the red and greens of Coventry United. Starting today for Coventry United: number 1, Brad Caswell. Number 2, Daniel Cassidy. Number 3, Johan Samas. Number 4, Gift Musa. Number 5, Jamal Clark. 6, Ben Valence. The players heading out onto the Victoria ground pitch now. A meeting of two of the proverbial favourites in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division. Without doubt, Worcester City is a name that many will remember from their days at conference level, at the very top of the non-league pyramid. Coventry United still taking baby steps, but in their 5 years have already achieved so much. Is it the past versus the future, or is it the present battling it out? Whatever it is, it's Coventry United taking on Worcester City here on CUTV with Liam Cook. Let's get you back into the team news now. Coventry United: number 1, Brad Caswell. Number 2, Daniel Cassidy. Number 3, Johan Samas. Number 4, Gift Musa. Number 5, Jamal Clark, the captain for today. Number 6, Ben Valence. Number 7, Kyle Carey. Number 8, Jake Holt. Number 9, Kervin Ellis. Number 10, Shaquille McDonald. And number 11, Luke Downs. For Coventry United on the bench: number 12, Scott Hammond. Number 14, Kyle Barnett. Number 15, Ryan Palmer. Number 16, Warren Decory. And number 17, Kevin Thornton. On the bench for Coventry, for the starting lineup for Worcester City: number 1, Matt Gwynn. Number 2, Luke English. Number 3, Jamie Smith. Number 4, Andy Gallier. Number 5, the captain, Jordan Suddart. Number 6, George Forsyth. Number 7, Matt Burley. Number 8, Liam Lockett. Number 9, Joe Bates. Number 10, Dave Reynolds. Now watch out for him, he is a free scoring striker. And number 11, James Baldwin. Substitutes for Coventry United, Worcester City today: number 12, Kion Evans. Number 13, Dan Jezef. Number 14, Joel Keynes. Number 15, Chris Wilkinson. Number 16, Jordan Harrison. So those are your starting lineups and the benches for today's match. The two captains meeting in the centre circle, both wearing number 5 today: Jamal Clark for Coventry United, Jordan Suddart for Worcester City. Rob Prinzel was scheduled to captain the side today from centre-back, but due to injury, he will not be taking any part in today's match. And it appears the red and greens have been given the go-ahead to kick off. Shaquille McDonald standing over the ball. The pitch the Victoria ground vastly improved from what we saw in December of last year in the FA Vase match. We've seen some special games on this turf, but Coventry United have never won here. Worcester City in the white and blue, Coventry United in red and green. And the ball is rolling. We are underway here at the Victoria Ground. Live coverage of Coventry United's trip to Worcester City in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division is underway here on CUTV with Liam Cook. It's moved towards the right-hand side of the pitch with Daniel Cassidy. Launched down the right, hoping for the run of Kyle Carey. Volleyed onto the roof of the Roosler's Bar on the far side of the pitch by Jamie Smith. And already we're going to need another ball after less than 30 seconds of play. Cassidy on the ball for the Red and Greens. To the feet of Gift Musa. Jake Holt making his first start for the Red and Greens. Drills one low towards Matt Gwynn. It rolls harmlessly into the hands of the City goalkeeper, the first effort of the match. First effort on target too. Reynolds held off on the edge of the penalty area by Ben Banton. Underhit pass to the goalkeeper. Thankfully cut out by Jamal Clark. Yeah, that could have been a dangerous scenario. Throw by English. Towards the head of Reynolds, headed up by Jamal Clark. Dangerous times with Red and Greens. It's flicked on with the head of Liam Lockett. Bounced wide of the goal, but Brad Caswell back between the sticks following his ineligibility from the FA Cup. Darts to his right and makes sure the ball does not cause United any undue harm. Samas. Lob pass down the left. Stoddart trying to hold off Kyle Carey and knotted over the white line, but the referee has said, he said free kick against Kyle Carey. In fact, it looks like the lofted ball from Samas actually went over the white line. It will be a throw-in just inside the Worcester half, taken by English. Passes into the centre circle with Jamie Smith of Worcester City. Darting down the centre of the park option to the left. Taking on Daniel Cassidy is James Baldwin. Cassidy looking to win that battle and forces the ball back into Worcester territory. Galliner. Lost one into the penalty area on the left-hand side. Volley set by Dave Reynolds. And Caswell dives down and gathers the ball mid-flight. Caswell yet to concede a goal this season. The 2 goals United have conceded in the opening 3 games both came last Sunday as the Red and Greens exited the FA Cup early on. 2-1 defeat against Rugby Town. McDonald looks to pick up a defensive header and does so on the left-hand side of the penalty area, covered up by Stoddart, spins away, cross into us, Kervin Ellis on the head of Ellis, and volleyed away before Kyle Carey could get to it. And immediately it's from attack to defence for Coventry United, freed down the right-hand side towards Dave Reynolds from Matt Burley. Reynolds looks to strike one towards the net, it's cannoned up the leg of Ben Valance. Kept alive on the right by Luke English. Looking to play the 1-2, but the 2 wasn't what Worcester needed, and Ben Vance comes away with it. Challenge on Ellis from behind. Holt's clearance charged down by Burley. And Gift Musa taking one for the team there as he collects as he boots the ball away. The ball bounces off the side of Musa's foot. And that's Worcester back onto it, and another chance for City to push on towards that red and green penalty area. Baldwin, and blatantly shoved to the deck by Daniel Cassidy, and that is going to be a free kick all day long. Lofted in, a diving punch by Caswell to keep it away from the head of Reynolds, and volleyed towards the net, skewed away by the boot of Jordan Stoddart. Defender's finish if ever I've seen one. So we've had roughly 5 minutes here on CUTV live from the Victoria ground as Caswell's kick goes straight into touch. Current score in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division: Worcester City 0, Coventry United 0. Smith. Left to Lockett. It's Baldwin. Dragged down by Cassidy, and the referee has told the Worcester man to get up. Kervin Ellis held to Muscle Galliner and bring the ball back to red and green possession. Jake Holt receives it from Luke Downs. Johan Samas, plenty of space on the left, but quickly closed down and taken out by Joe Bates. Body block from Bates. And Samas tried to dive past him. One final score from the Premier League has already been confirmed. That's Cardiff 0, Newcastle 0. Samas towards that far post. Ellis's header. Headed up by English. Just for the volley maybe from Kyle Carey. Lets it bounce. Yeah, Samas down line. Still with Carey. And it's headed away at the far post for a corner kick to Coventry United on the right-hand side. It has been an early goal at the DW Stadium. Wigan lead Nottingham Forest by 1-0. That's my bet already done and dusted. Kyle Carey has taken over set-piece duties at the start of the season. He'll continue to do so today. That's a very poor corner kick straight into the first man. Lock is easily able to bring it under control and send it down the left-hand side for a surging James Baldwin to run down the left-hand side, but covered up by Ben Valance and booted clear by Caswell. Jamie Smith now for Worcester City. Plays a 1-2 with George Forsyth. Gallagher drills it away past Ellis and McDonald, and his long-range pass down the right-hand side, catching out Johan Samas, who takes down Joe Bates and gives away a free kick on the right-hand side of the Coventry United penalty area to Worcester City. Opportunity for Worcester to create an opening here. And from the right, head straight back there. Smith will let it roll into touch for a throw-in right in the corner. Worcester players getting the encouragement they need from the crowd. Luke English ready for a short run up on the throw. Into the penalty area, over the head of Jamal Clark. And a bit of a shove in the side there by Luke Downs, and that may have been just enough to take the Worcester man off his game. The attempt flies wide. And disappointment for George Forsyth. Caswell places the ball back in the team following his FA Cup exile. Jack Tregartha suspended today, of course, after his straight red card in his Coventry United debut. No substitute goalkeeper today, no Matteo Ninia. So if the same happens today, then you might be seeing Shaquille McDonald in goal. Ellis holds off Burley, runs into Smith, throwing Coventry United halfway into Bromsgrove territory on the right flank. Cassidy looks for options up line and finds it with Kirby Ellis. 2 goals in 3 appearances for him this season. And on to Downs, back into the centre circle with Ben Valance. Here's a 1-2 with Jake Holt. Side foots it to Jamal Clark. Holt. Musa. Goes to the right wing again with Cassidy. That is seemingly playing a flat 4 at the back today. Now Luke Downs. Throws it down the right. Here's Kirby Ellis. Trying to find his way past Stoddart. Cross charge down by Smith. And sent up line, and now Worcester look to begin the counter. Lofted ball down the left-hand side. Dave Reynolds will chase. Covered up by Ben Valance. Hopes his run. Waits for support. Still Reynolds. Valance gets stuck in. Trying to force the prolific striker out of play. Well, the ball's now out of play as Reynolds' cross is blocked by the back of Valance. 10 minutes gone to the Victoria ground. Worcester City 0, Coventry United 0. Throw to come in from the left-hand side from Smith. Reynolds and Baldwin in support. Cross charge down by Cassidy, another throw in. Throw into the penalty area. And the Worcester number 8, Lockett goes down in the challenge of Jake Holt. No appeals though. McDonald tries to flick it over the head of the big Worcester captain Starlight. That didn't work. But that ball might. As Downs tries to lock it over the head of the fullback Luke English. The ball bounced behind English, who quickly turned and sent it out of play. Johan Samas with ball in hand. Referee gives him the go-ahead. Jake Holt in short vicinity. Holt is the recipient. Samas dodges the challenge of Joe Bates, but Bates diverts it into touch, and it will be another throw. Another run up by Samas, who will get onto it this time. Ellis and McDonald at the near post. McDonald telling him to go for Ellis. He does go for Ellis. Ellis was holding the Worcester defender. Free kick. Quickly brings to an end that passage of play. And Matt Gwynn gets a rare touch of the ball. Gwynn's clearance. Leaping header by Cassidy. Falls to the feet of Galliner. Leaping header by Musa. A head tennis going on the centre of the park there, and that's Worcester who come away with it. Baldwin dodges the sliding challenge. The cross blocked by Jamal Clark, and Gift Musa looks to sprint away. He's got Lockett breathing down his neck. He's forced to the right byline. Musa blocked off as he gets the ball away to Kervin Ayres, who trips. Manages to find Musa behind him. Musa into the box, caught by Gwynn. Now it's English, the fullback. This pass cut out by Jake Holt. But still manages to find Burley. Neat passing there between Bates and Reynolds. The ball, though, lofted towards Lockett on the edge of the penalty area, bounces away from him. And Caswell's there to pick up the pieces. Valence with time to decide what he's going to do with this ball. And Valence lofts it towards Kervin Ayres, too far for Ellis. The resulting header by Studdart, picked up by Downs. Holt. Now Carey. Surrounded by blue and white shirts. He couldn't evade all of them. Pass down the right charge, down by Jake Holt of Coventry United. Well, looks like I've got a new fan. Neat long range pass to Baldwin on the left hand side. Taken out from behind by Daniel Cassidy. And Cassidy has fallen short of the referee's whistle a few times today, and that could be the final straw for the ref. It is indeed going to be the first yellow card of the afternoon at the Victoria ground. Referee takes Cassidy's number and produces the first yellow card of the afternoon. Persistent fouling from Cassidy according to the referee. He has been warned. But the worst may yet come for Coventry United here, as Jamie Smith floats one into the area, and it falls out of Bates. The ball's still alive. Bates turns and shoots on the ground, but Caswell able to keep it out. The ball intended originally for Dave Reynolds, blocked. It fell to Bates, And the ball was then stopped between Bates' feet as Caswell came out for it, didn't claim it, backtracked to his line. And then still on the floor, Bates managed to get the shot away, but Caswell able to provide the save. Worcester are starting to come into this match, and Coventry now they've got to try and do something about it as the ball ends up out of play again on this near side for a Worcester throw about 20 yards into home territory. But the Red and Greens rode their luck big time there. Throw out line by English, still to come. There it goes. Does that hit the shoulder of Bates? Challenged by Holt. Holt caught. Referee says no, but Coventry have possession, and Holt is staying down. Jake Holt is staying down as Worcester win it back. And a slide from behind by Shaquille McDonald. Challenge of anger from McDonald. I think the only plausible explanation for that from McDonald is that he was trying to draw the foul so that Holt could get some treatment. Jake Holt was challenged from behind, has remained on the deck for about 20 seconds. United imploring Worcester to kick the ball out of play so Holt could get the medical treatment he needs. Worcester wouldn't do so, and then the slide challenge from behind by Shaquille McDonald. If he hadn't made contact, it could have been a rather nasty fall for the Worcester player. But the referee is indeed going to show a yellow card to Shaquille McDonald. It was a challenge from behind. He may have clipped the Worcester player, and it is a yellow card for Shaquille McDonald. United not happy about it in the circumstances. I think it's the only action the referee could have taken. And Holt is receiving some treatment for the injury. But there wasn't an attempt to go for the ball from McDonald. I think he was simply trying to stop the play so the referee would allow the physio to come on. Well, let's check through the current scores in the top four divisions. Having a couple of goals. Everton now lead Southampton by 1-0. Middlesbrough 1-0 up at Bristol City in the Championship. Millwall 1-0 up at home to Derby. Sheffield United lead Norwich 1-0. It's now 1-1 between Wigan and Nottingham Forest. The Rico it's still 0-0 between Coventry City and Plymouth. Just a one-goal lead one actually. Walsall leading Gillingham by 1-0. Full time from League 2, Grimsby 1, Lincoln 1. And Tranmere leading leading Swindon by 2-0, I should say. And Oldham have just scored at home to Macclesfield. And Holt is now being helped off the field, and at the moment he doesn't look in any condition to continue. A bit of a disdain from the Worcester fans who aren't happy with the breakage in play here. Kevin Thornton is on the bench. Would be the most plausible central midfield replacement. Well, we will now come back for the free kick as Holt is jogging down the touchline to see if he can shake it off. If he stops in play, we are underway once again. Forsyth rolls it to the left with Smith. Smith's long range cross, out comes Caswell. Down here bounces onto the foot of Caswell, and he'll pick it up now as Reynolds makes inroads towards the net. And boos from the Worcester fans for Jake Holt. Unfortunately, I don't think Holt can help being injured. This ball bounces into Worcester territory. McDonald calling Gallagher's bluff there, trying to block the ball before it was even sent. Gallagher went the other way. Aerial pass down left hand side, and Cassidy could be in trouble. Daniel Cassidy dragging the arm of James Baldwin, and he's gone down holding his head. I can safely say there was no contact between Cassidy and Baldwin's head. He dragged down on the arm. Whether it was an awkward fall for the Worcester winger is another matter, but there was no contact between Cassidy and Baldwin's head. He dragged on the arm. And this could be a second red card in a week for Coventry United. Jack Tregartha was sent off last Sunday in the FA Cup match against Rugby. It was a free kick, but the referee has said He's given Cassidy one more chance. Cassidy's a lucky boy. Cassidy is a very lucky boy there. No doubt about the free kick, but the referee had a decision to make on the card. But Cassidy will stay on the pitch. And Daniel Cassidy's being taken off. And it's no surprise that Daniel Cassidy's been taken off down. The referee, in no uncertain terms, telling Cassidy one more and you're off. Apparently about 4 fouls that Cassidy has given away down that right-hand side for the red and greens. So the only logical decision from Terry Anson would be take Cassidy off and send Kyle Barnett on. It's harsh on Cassidy, but it's a necessary decision. United have to be careful. They can't afford to go down to 10 players. In the 20th minute, Worcester have a golden chance to take the lead, cleared by Kirvin Ellis, the free kick from the left. Baldwin keeps it alive. Stoddart takes down Gift Musa as Musa spun away. Referee says no foul, and Worcester will continue with the attack. Baldwin challenged by a combination of Musa and Kyle Carey, now sent up the other end of the pitch. McDowell will give chase all the way back to Quinn, who's barely been tested in this match. Plays a 1-2 with Andy Galliner. Galliner's lofted ball. Barnett, crucial header to keep it away from Bates. Now Johan Samas with the red and greens down the left. Hoofs it upfield. Off the bonds of Stoddart. Chest control by Shaquille McDonald. United haven't had a shot on goal since the first minute. They may have one now with a long range error from Kyle Carey. Bounces wide. And the United fans behind the goal making their voices heard. A rare opportunity for the red and greens. Remember, the Victoria ground has a rather distinguishing factor. The sizable uphill gradient which United are shooting at the moment. Worcester have got to try and score before half time. It's their best opportunity to do so. United players and coaches will tell you that it doesn't make a huge difference heading uphill, but I think the fans have a different point of view on that one. And a late challenge, a very late challenge by Matt Burley, taking out Gift Musa when the ball had already gone. And the referee is going to have his thinking cap on now. United asking for further punishment, and the referee's not going to give it. The referee is not going to brandish a yellow card. It was a late challenge on Matt Burley. And the Worcester manager saying that it shouldn't be a foul. Well, you can safely say it certainly was a foul. Yellow card on that, that's debatable, but it's 100% a free kick. What can I do with that free kick is the answer. It's a short one to Carey. In towards the far post where Jamal Clark's waiting, headed into touch by Stoddart, Coventry United corner. Now the red and greens are starting to find their stride. Coverage of today's Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division match here at the Victoria Ground. Coventry United taking on Worcester City, still scoreless. Coming up to about 25 minutes in. What a game it's been so far. No goals to tell you about yet. That could change very quickly. Bryant at the far post, heads it across the face of goal. Kirby is able to take it away from, I believe that was Bates trying to dribble it away from the penalty area. Dink pass by Luke Downs, didn't find its intended target. It will find Johan Samas. The Worcester failed to clear it. Samas, it's a highly savable effort at the near post. Low and slow. Two things that goalkeepers love about those sort of shots. Samas lost it into the area again. United head forward again. And a leaping Matt Gwynn does something that not many people have done so far this season and beaten Kirvin Ellis in the air. Although he did have the advantage of using his hands. And as Worcester try to make their way down the left, James Baldwin sent it into touch. And the throw for Coventry United is easily caught. And a push in the side of Shaquille McDonald, the referee turning a blind eye. And in fact, McDonald's holding his head. The defender seemed to go into the shoulder of McDonald. The referee not finding in favour of Coventry United. Forsyth switches the play beautifully to Jamie Smith. Now Baldwin taking on Ben Valance. Wrong move there from Baldwin. Trying to take it past the right-hand side of Valance, but the utility defender was easily matched to that one. And Valance making his way out of defence into the centre circle with Holt. Now Luke Downs. Side from Coventry Spinks this summer. Here's Musa in space. Through ball down the right for Kerwin Ellis. Ellis header away the near post by Stoddart and flicked on by Smith for a throw level with the penalty area. It's Ben Valance with ball in hand. Throw short to Musa. Back to Valance, crossing opportunity. The ball flies out of play for the goal kick. I think Peter Crouch is getting onto that one, let alone Shaquille McDonald. CTV Coventry this season is sponsored by Current, building bespoke software to increase sales and improve your business process. Head to current.it for more information. And talking of CTV Coventry, our first ladies commentary of the season takes place tomorrow with a trip to Gillingham. Gillingham versus Coventry United ladies in the new FA Women's National League. Starting coverage on CUTV at 5-2. McDonald is offside. The long ball from Jamal Clark. United will continue though as it's picked up by English. McDonald didn't touch it. Carey putting him under pressure and forcing him into a mistake. Handball claims against Holt. Referee doesn't want to know. Down the left-hand side of the penalty area. Kyle Carey! Oh, it's gone all the way! It's gone all the way! Oh my goodness! It's gone all the way from Kyle Carey. Final destination, top bins. Floated in from the left-hand side, Kyle Carey, straight into the top corner. An inch away from the fingertips of Matt Gwynn. And Coventry United, who have edged closer to that Worcester goal with every second, have finally got their goal. And there's going to be a change here for Coventry United. Kevin Thornton coming on, the club captain. And it's going to be Jake Holt. The injury just too bad for Holt to continue. So we have had 28 minutes of normal time at the Victoria Ground. Coventry United now lead by 1-0, but they've already made 2 changes. Daniel Custody taken off as a precaution, as he was 1 foul away from getting sent off, and now Jake Holt taken off due to an injury. Kevin Thornton hasn't taken the armband from Jamal Clark, as Worcester go in search of an equaliser. It's a rare thing scoring up that end of the pitch for Coventry United. It's a difficult goal to score at, and that will certainly be one for the Goal of the Month competition. Here's Kyle Barnett in defence for Coventry United. Valance flicked on by Downs, hoping to find Kyle Carey, cut out. Great run by Burley, tries one! It flies wide. A long-range strike from the Worcester midfielder. And it flies into the Worcester fans rather than the Coventry goal. The Red Greens now lead by 1-0, floating together into the top corner by Kyle Carey. The difference between the two sides. Also had the better of the early going. The first 20 minutes or so, the home side could have had an opening goal of a difficult scenario featuring Joe Bates, but United rode it out, and they now have their reward. And they go in search of a second now. Barnett picking up an underhit pass by Kyle Carey, but dinks it over the head of Bates. It's Samas. Passed it down, so Downs backtracked. Baldwin spins away from Ben Valance. Still going Baldwin. Looking for the cross. Reynolds and Bates in there. Covered up by Valance. Great defending from Ben Valance, only holding off the cross, but a slight chance to take it out of play. From Smith. And a neat challenge on George Forsyth by Kevin Thornton. Up line to Shaquille McDonald. Switches the play to Downs. Volley towards Kervin Ellis. Held off by the Worcester captain Starler, with the clearance picked up easily by Kevin Thornton. Down line now to Gift Musa. United deep into Worcester territory. Knocking on the door once again. A cheeky cross by Thornton. No one but Blue. The clearance picked up on the halfway line by Ben Valance. That's across the Coventry back line. Musa. Roll to the right with Valance. Patient, controlled passing from Coventry United, just what they need at the minutes. Caswell's off his line, picks it up on the edge of his penalty area and distributes it short to Barnett, put under pressure by Reynolds. Dave Reynolds causing Caswell some injuries here, and Reynolds wants reinforcements. And the attempted clearance charged down by Bates.
Come on, United!
Throw up line by Samas, wood in the air by English. Thornton with a challenge on Liam Lockett. And Musa looks for the through ball for Ben Valance. Thornton in space behind. Here is Thornton in the midfield. Luke Downs. McDonald. Thornton. Stumbles as he makes the pass, and the pass cut out by Forsyth. Headed by Barnett, brings it down for Thornton. Musa as it goes from the keeper away from the attacker Liam Lockett and played all the way back to the goalkeeper. Caswell clearance. Looking for Kervin Ellis. Overhead of Ellis, it killed the head of Galliner. And an unprovoked error from Jamie Smith, the left back. Passes over the line for the throw. Thornton takes on Lockett, stopped by Lockett, but the ball is away to Musa just in time. Musa's cross is deflected into touch and another Coventry United corner. So far so good for the red and greens. Well, this continues the trend of Worcester's season. They've yet to keep a clean sheet this season in the opening 4 matches. Making the opening 5 now. United look to inflict more punishment on the home side and continue Worcester's winless run. Has that come off the head of Ellis? No, it hasn't. It's come off a Worcester player, and it will be another corner on the opposite side this time. And we've had just under 35 minutes. We'll be going off air here on CUTV at half time. Carey short corner to Samas. Takes it inside. It was held up by Bates. Lofted forward to Baldwin. Rolls off the shoulder of Baldwin. Tries to turn away from Valance and Musa. Can't keep away from both of them, and Musa sweeps it away. Thornton to Jamal Clark. Downs filling in at right back for the minute. Need some options here. Rolls one up line to Shaquille McDonald. Shack to the left with Kevin Thornton. As his pass to Kyle Carey, cut out by Andy Galliner, and now to Baldwin on the left. Looking to cause United more grief. Now Burley on the edge of the penalty area, may try one here. It's Burley! A second long-range strike! Where Carey's wasn't enough. More yards racked up with that one from Matt Burley. It's Worcester 1, Coventry United 1. And someone check on that net. It might need some repairs. Powerful strike with the ball from Matt Burley. Caswell just couldn't get down to it quick enough. And it's all square at the Victoria ground. So 35 minutes gone in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division match between Worcester City and Coventry United. Shaquille McDonald dragged to the ground. Referee gives an advantage to Worcester. The score is now Worcester City 1, Coventry United 1. Carey just lobs it over the head of Burley in the midfield. Now Downs. He's back underway. United go hunting again. And the pass from Thornton to the left, too powerful, too quick for Samas. Thrown on this near side for Worcester City. Taken by Luke English. Bates beaten in the air. Barney had the hands on the shoulders of Reynolds. But the referee will say throw in. Throw away English, now Reynolds. He ought to go alone, he will. It's Dave Reynolds to turn it around. Well saved by Caswell. Burley again! Caswell wasn't going to be caught out for a second time. A great low save by Brad Caswell to deny Worcester a second. Musa in the centre circle, flicked on by Kyle Carey. Now Luke Downs. AS being held. Manages to get the ball away to Carey though. Being held by two Worcester players. Carey turns away from Bates. Caught by Reynolds, gets it away to Musa. Give Musa, surging run from Musa. McDonald wants it. Musa slots it through. Ellis! Oh, and he's just chipped it over. A sensational move from Coventry United, just lacking the finish. Ellis had to get it away sharpish as Gwyn closed him down. Everything was there with the final product. So unlucky for the Red and Greens. That would have been a goal of absolute beauty, but it didn't end up in the back of the net. Gwyn clears into the centre. Leaping header by Reynolds. One in the air by Barnett. Towards Kyle Carey, couldn't quite stretch enough. Now tries to hold off English. Does hold off English. Can only find Bates. Now Reynolds. Pass charged down by Musa. Reynolds still comes away with it. Down the right, chest control by Johan Samas. And McDonald looking to pick up the loose ball in the penalty area, but Gwyn gets there first, following the long lofted ball from Samas. English on this near flank. Made some ground with that run. Has that gone out of play from Bates? Referee says no. And Worcester will continue as Dave Reynolds slotted down the right hand side for Bates. Samas goes in from behind, free kick. Silly challenge from Johan Samas, no control. Just flew into the back of the Worcester player, and it could well be another yellow card. I don't think you'll find a more deserved yellow card all match. I think even Samas has hurt himself there. He seemed to be limping away. It's going to be Bates to swing it in from the right. It's a low one. Reynolds! Top corner! If it wasn't for the net, that ball wouldn't be landing for another hour. And the turnaround is complete. Dave Reynolds buries it into the Coventry United goal. It's Worcester 2, Coventry United 1. And it all stemmed from a needless free kick. As we're about 5 minutes from half time. Coventry United's lead is not only gone, but it's been turned around. It's 2-1 to Worcester. On a positive note, United will be shooting down the park in the second half, downhill. And statistically, it's easier shooting that end of the pitch. Thanks to this rather sizable uphill gradient going towards the goal that United is shooting at the moment. They have scored there already today. It was a fortuitous goal. United will be hoping for another one. They'll be hoping for a goal of any kind as McDonald heads towards the penalty area, blocked up by a combination of Smith and Gallagher. He will get the corner. Worcester manager telling his lads to remain tight at the back. And Kevin Thornton looks for a short one and he finds Ben Vance in plenty of space. Here's Luke Downs. Lofts it in towards Kyle Barnett, beaten in the air by English. But Barnett turns and crosses, headed away, finds Downs, midway into Worcester territory. Musa can't give it away there. He's been hassled and harried by Burley. Referee says no free kick despite United's claims. Barnett rolls it on for Musa. Crossing opportunity for Musa. Cleared easily by Stoddard, only as far as Downs. Will United consider another long-range effort? They've seen the work today. Clark lofts it up for Barnett, good control. Here's Shaquille McDonald, threads it through. It's Kyle Barnett in the penalty area, cross charge down by English. Barnett still got it, brought down. Referee does not want to know. It's come out to Kyle Carey outside the penalty area. Downs lofted to the right. Kervin Ellis holds off Smith. The pass was behind McDonald, who has to go back and grab it. And the cross bounces straight onto the chest of Matt Gwynn, and so ends a prolonged passage of play for the Red and Greens, but a fruitless passage of play. What a first half it's been here at the Victoria Ground. It remains Worcester City 2, Coventry United 1. United did take the lead thanks to Kyle Carey. And if it wasn't for a straight leg from Jamal Clark, they could have lost their third goal with Reynolds trying to sneak through the back door. But Gwynn has given it away to Kevin Thornton. He's back on his line now at Thornton. Jules through one, past two. Now down the left-hand side for Kervin Ellis. In the penalty area, needs support. Samas providing it. Ellis holding off Stoddart. Here's the score of the first goal. Kyle Carey. Carey towards that far post. Offside against McDonald. He headed it down for Ben Vallance. And that will be a free kick as we head towards the half-time whistle. We're taking a short break here on CUTV at half-time to swap over the batteries on the laptop to ensure we're bringing the second half in full. So look for the new live stream on CUTV for the second half. And of course, don't forget to hit the like button if you do enjoy today's video. Reynolds stumbles into the challenge of Barnett, but plays it down line to English. Forsyth, now Burley. A more central location. Reynolds, trying to lift it past Clark for Burley, but Clark was not going to be fooled. Is that handball against Baldwin? Referee says no. And he's taking it away from Ben Vallance, caught napping. But the cross charge down by the head of Vallance, and that will be a corner for Worcester. Last chance of the half, maybe. If you are enjoying today's coverage, make sure to hit the like button below the video, leave a comment with your feedback, subscribe to Coventry United TV on YouTube for more exclusive content from the first team and the ladies' first team. And of course, we are on Twitter at Cov United TV. Our first ladies' first team match of the season takes place tomorrow away at Gillingham. Live coverage from 5 to 2. Burley lines up one more chance before the break for Worcester City. Reynolds has sent it out of play. It certainly took a touch off Ben Vallance, but it must have been when Vallance was off the field. And Vallance has suffered a bit of a hammer blow there. It's taken him a while to get back to his feet, and well, I'm not sure where it hit him, but it certainly seems painful. So we're expecting the half-time whistle now. Any minute, we're into added minutes. Caswell's header. Ends up on the halfway line for a throw in for Coventry United on the right-hand side. Could be heading uphill for the final time attackingly. Ellis, chest control, sandwiched between the two Worcester players. And the Worcester number 8 slips on the ball, and lucky there for Lockett. Now United back onto it. Valance turns Baldwin. Switches the play nicely to Johan Samas. Plenty of space for the left wing back now. John Okoye uses his bluff as he tried to block the feigned cross and flicked over his goal by Jordan Suddart. Referee says no time for the corner. That's it. Half time here on CUTV. Worcester City 2, Coventry United 1. CUTV signing off for the next 10 minutes. Join us again for the second half on YouTube.